Welcome, friends. Welcome back to the kitchen. We're here again with Gage from Sharpen Hamilton.
Sir.
Today we just want to talk about knife maintenance.
Yep.
So there's a difference between carbon steel and stainless steel.
Yes, we've touched on that. Hopefully you guys have been watching through the videos already. Two main differences. Stainless steel will never rust. People put that to the test.
Yep.
You can definitely still rust a stainless steel knife. It takes a lot more to rust a stainless steel knife than it does a carbon steel knife, which requires you to keep it wiped down,
Yep.
clean and dry at all times.
But you should be doing that anyway. So after,
Yes.
pretty much after every operation, although you don't see it because I usually edit it out, I will be, wiping off my knife
Yeah.
every time.
Yeah. Important. Doesn't matter if it's stainless or carbon, a good habit to have, keeping things clean. And
Yep.
in order. Yeah.
Yep. So that's, you should be doing that regardless of what knife you are buying, but stainless is easier to maintain in that regard.
Absolutely, yep, yep. So, and again, not to scare anyone away from carbon steel, there are great advantages to carbon steel. It's a lot of fun to work with, but be aware that you do have to be more diligent, making sure it stays clean and dry. Develop that habit of before the knife goes down on your board after use, gets a quick wipe. That's all that needs to happen.
Okay, so that's after use. Before use.
Before use.
The steel.
The steel. So this is a hot topic. So I'll be completely honest with you. I'm not a huge proponent of the honing rod or the steel, as it's called, whether or not it's made from the ceramic material or just a traditional steel rod, or for instance, we were taking a look at your diamond rod here. So
this is diamond impregnated.
yes.
Personal opinion, I absolutely hate it.
Yes. I've heard that before. I know a lot of people that swear by these,
Okay.
and I know a lot of people that absolutely hate them. I'm a little bit indifferent. I think that whatever works for you works for you.
So just as a bit of a segue, you pulled out at random one of the knives, and I don't know if you're going to be able to see this on the camera. I'll try to get a close up, but you can see where I've kind of screwed it up.
Definitely not the worst I've ever seen, but these diamond steels definitely remove material from your knife. And if you're not very careful to get the entire length of your blade every stroke, you're going to affect the profile or the curvature of your blade.
Which isn't what a steel is supposed to do. It's just supposed to realign the burr.
Exactly.
Okay.
So that's a great point. The difference between sharpening a knife and honing your knife is one that I think is not apparent to a lot of people. So in my mind, honing a knife means to simply realign an existing edge. We're not removing any material. As we use our knife, the edge is going to fold over one way or the other, causing it to feel dull. And by realigning our edge, we're making it feel sharp again. Over time though, as we continue to do that, fold our edge over through use and then realign it, it's going to break off little pieces of the edge, and eventually we're going to end up with a rounded edge like this, at which point we will need to remove material from our knife to sharpen it again.
Which is sharpening.
And that's sharpening. So I love the ceramic rod. If you are going to use a honing rod, I highly recommend the ceramic ones, especially for Japanese knives with those more refined and sort of gentle edges.
Okay.
Those diamond rods and the normal sort of German style honing rod.
It's almost like a
ridged a little bit.
It looks like corduroy. It's
Yeah,
like a round piece of steel corduroy.
I find that they do more damage to your knife than they do good.
Okay.
If it's all you have, just be very gentle. You don't need to Gordon Ramsay it and go nuts on your knife with your honing rod, and you don't need to do it before every use. I was taught in the kitchen, do things with purpose, and if it needs to get done, do it properly.
Not just out of habit.
Don't just do it because you think you need to do it, right? So for me, if I can't get my edge back with like 10 strokes on each side, I know it's time to go. That's definitely time to sharpen.
Okay.
I would say normally if you can't get your knife back with 4 to 5 swipes on each side, then it's probably time to at least just touch them up on the stones real quick.
Okay. Can you show us a little bit about the technique?
Yeah, for sure. So again, I'm a big proponent of doing things the way that feels comfortable to you.
Okay.
So I'll start by showing you how I hone a knife and what feels comfortable to me. So I hold it straight out like this, and I'll talk briefly about how you're going to find your angle. For me, it's very natural. I've done it 100,000 times, so I know what the angle feels like. If you're doing this for the first time, I would recommend you just hold the steel or the rod straight up and down, put it right down, straight up and down on a surface. You know that this is 90 degrees. You can therefore figure out what 90 degrees is in relation to your knife. Humans work very good in halves, so if we know that this is 90, I can halve that to 45. I can halve that again to 22 and a half. If you're using a German style knife, 22 and a half is where about you want to be.
Okay.
And then with Japanese knives, I'm going to be a little bit flatter to the rod, sort of around here. And again, if you're first starting out, I recommend just leaving the knife or the rod straight down on the board and just pulling the knife towards you.
So you're pulling towards you and, okay.
And going down at the same time, right?
Yeah.
And like I said, speed is almost bad for this process unless you get good at it and you're comfortable doing it. What you're really focused on is maintaining your angle, maintaining your hand pressure, and making sure you get the entire length of the blade in every stroke. And like I said, we don't need to do a ton of this. A few strokes like that should be all that's required. And then we just want to test our knife, make sure there's no burrs or any sort of like little bits of steel coming off either side. If you feel one side of the edge has a little bit of scratchiness on it, couple more strokes on the rod, very gently, just to get it realigned properly. And then you should be good to go.
So that whole
Not important, right? Like, so, and I said I was going to show you
quality, not
quality over quantity, for
Yeah,
sure, 100%. So when you're starting out, I do find this a little bit awkward, but it gives you an opportunity to sort of understand the process. As me personally, I find holding the rod sort of in my gut here like this, and moving away from myself like this is how I feel most comfortable. I know a lot of guys that prefer to use this motion like so.
Yep.
Whatever method you choose, quality over quantity, consistency are key.
And comfort.
And comfort, yes.
So once you figure out what your comfort level is, take it easy.
Yeah.
Do it slowly. Do it
Yeah,
with purpose.
exactly.
You don't have to do it every time.
No.
Okay, so thanks for that. That is very helpful. And you want to come on back and show us how to actually
Can't wait. It's
sharpen
going
with
to
a
be great.
whetstone?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Thanks for stopping by. See you again soon. So today we're going to talk a little bit about choosing the equipment you need to sharpen your knife. So there's some decisions to be made before you even get to the point of sharpening.
Absolutely.